To anyone who is here, can you please let me know that you can hear me? Just absolutely ridiculous. This internet of mine. To anyone who is here, can you confirm that you can hear me? Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna wait for Aurora to show up. Sorry, guys. Just, I don't know what to tell you. Just give me a few seconds here. Ridiculous. This is actually gonna make me not be able to stay as long. Okay, so the other one that was there has stayed. I couldn't find it actually before. So if anybody had their reading in the other one, don't worry, it hasn't gone anywhere. It's gonna have to take time to load, but it's there. It shows 2 lives. Okay, I don't know where Aurora is, but I'm just gonna continue. This is like the weirdest thing ever. Like I can literally like not see if anybody's there. Like doesn't look like anybody's here. Okay, can you just write yes again before I start talking again that you can confirm that you can hear me? Okay, there you are. Okay, I don't know what you last heard, okay? But basically what I was saying, just in a nutshell, is that you're already on the path, okay? You're already on the path to healing. I don't need to really sort it out for you. It's already in progress. It's just a little turbulent. What you can start doing today is choose how you experience it. You got to be a little bit more playful. You need to try some new things, Aurora. Try some new things. And I think this has a lot to do with, when I say try new things, I mean with you. Like try new things with yourself, okay? You are on the path to connections that are, sustainable and equally yoked. It's just that, like, you also have to, I feel like, be in a space to attract them, which I get it. You're not exactly there. Now, the puzzle pieces are interesting to me because just as he's putting the puzzle piece together with the other one, he's also helping this one to do the same. So it really does speak to being whole on your own. So I don't know how much you've tried to kind of like experiment spending time with yourself and trying different things, but this could definitely help. But you're just experiencing a little turbulence right now. Choose to see it differently, choose to receive it differently. Don't this wisdom will be gained in time, but with the here and now, you're gonna have to, I think, choose a different way to be playful. Like can speak to many different things. Have a positive energy about it. Get away from the doom and gloom. Give it also time. Give it also time. Okay. But I think these connections are already on the way to you. And it's beautiful because it's a 1, which speaks to it's new. It's going to be a new way of being. They're different. That 1 follows a 10 or a 9. And it speaks to like cycles and phases. And I just feel like when that chapter is ready to be closed, a new one will begin. But, whatever it is that you desire, you can have. It's I just feel like there needs to be something different about the way that you're experiencing it that could help speed up the process. Hi, Jalen. If you guys ever don't hear me, please let me know right away, because honestly, I think I was yapping for like a minute last time when I went. I don't know where the hell I went. Let me know ASAP when you can't hear me, because for some reason I can see the chat. I'm in like my other account here, but I can't see it there when I'm on my own one, which is so weird. Okay. All right. I am going now to Miriam. Hi, Chitra. My question is, why do I feel so heavy? Is there something I can do to relieve the heaviness? I feel pretty lonely and unfulfilled lately, and I don't want to sound ungrateful, just feeling weird and want to know why. There is nothing wrong with you feeling like that, okay? Don't allow anyone to come and tell you that you're not grateful, because honestly, this can almost sometimes become like a toxic relationship when people tell you that. Oh, you should be, grateful. I mean, yes, I get it. We should be grateful. We have our legs, we have running water, but you get to also feel what you want to feel. Now, I just want to say something because, I have a lot of wisdom here. I'm on my own journey. I'm not going to just tell you what the cards have to say. If you are feeling a heaviness, your main mission is going to have to be that you go somewhere, or I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know if it's a walk or you want to isolate yourself for a couple of days. Sit with it. Dive right into it. Get into it. I promise you the answers are within, but sometimes we get so distracted by stuff around us, and sometimes we want to distract ourselves away from the feeling, but that's just what it is, and then it just gets band-aided. So you're never lonely and you're never unfulfilled, but go into kind of that feeling and don't rush it either. So if it takes you 3 months to figure it out, be like, I'm okay with that. All right. But let's see what the cards say, because I know that's what you're here for. Okay. I'm on Miriam. Mon'nique's next, then Paige, then Aurora, then Basma, and then Empress. Let me just refresh to see if anybody else showed up. Okay. Oh goodness, is Miriam here? Anyway, she can catch the playback. What does she need to know about this heavy feeling? Thank you to everybody who's liking the video. I really appreciate it. Okay, so that right there with that card tells me it's a signal. It's a signal to something. Okay, there's the heavy feeling. And I'm going to tell you something. This is where I'll get a bit blunt with you. It is an overreaction. So it could be that you're taking one thing and it's somehow festering into something bigger than it needs to be. But it could be also that the reason for that is because you haven't figured it out yet. Where is she? Is she here? Miriam, are you here? Because I have a question. This is in regards to some sort of either a connection that hasn't panned out in the way that you need to feel or the way it needed to be. I feel like if I'm you, I'm feeling blocked from an understanding of what the hell happened between me and another person. You got to let it go. This is so simple. Actually, in the cards, it's astounding. You literally need to let go of the fact that, you may not know, you may not understand. And that's okay. That's okay. Listen, just a little FYI to everybody who's watching. When you start tapping into your intuition and you go with it, you're not going to know. You're not going to know why, the whereabouts, You may not even know until years later why you had that feeling, but you acted on it, but you did not find out why you were being pointed in a particular direction until even years later. If you're going to be on this journey, you're going to have to be okay with the fact that you're not going to be on a need to know basis. I mean, literally, what do you think is the point of having faith? Like, do people have faith when they know everything, how it's going to pan out? No, they don't. This is literally what's going on. It's not free. No, it's not free. This is literally about something that you need to let go of. And I can't help but see a 4 of Wands here and a 2 of Cups. So I'm thinking this is like a big signal to some connection that you had with another person, that you want all the little details, because right now you're blocked. Okay? For whatever reason, Spirit's blocking you, but it's if you take the standpoint that that's okay, I don't need to know right now, I'm not supposed to know, I think this feeling could leave. Like immediately, it could go. It could leave, it could be gone with. But if it takes you a few days of practicing that mentality, then also don't, bash yourself for it. Guys, you want to know the biggest secret to this journey is just relaxing. Just relax. I get it. We've all been conditioned. We've all been programmed. We really have. It's not your fault. But honestly, our natural state is literally detachment. It's relax. At this point in my life, I always kind of refer to myself as a piece of dust. I feel like I'm a piece of dust floating around. But you know why that's so weird to me and foreign? Because we were not taught to be like that, but that's actually our natural state. Like wandering, just you're here, you're there, there's no structure. It's playful, But when you start to feel that, it will feel very weird. It will feel very weird. So, does everybody hear me? I get really scared when the chat's not moving. I'm like giving some really good advice here. I hope I didn't get cut off. So Miriam, I don't know where you are, but this is what I've got for you. Okay? You will be led to the information when it is necessary for you to be led to it. But right now is not the time. Okay, thanks for letting me know, guys. Now's not the time. But maybe this is also happening. This is Spirit's way of happening or doing this, okay? So that you can work this muscle. How do you expect to be trained in any of this if Spirit doesn't do it to you? Like, test you in this way. You'll never learn. You'll never learn how to work it, okay? You're gonna have these kind of situations that come up. Free yourself. Everybody who's watching, free yourself today. You don't have to suffer. Honestly, you don't. A lot of the stuff that we suffer with, we create ourselves, okay? And a lot of you may not want to hear that. Well, it is what it is, okay? Mon'nique's probably scared now. She's like, oh, I hope she's going to be nice to me. I am very nice. It's just, you know what? Sometimes these messages, they need to be delivered like this so that you can hear it, okay? I'm not going to be the one to hold anyone's hand. It's just not me, okay? It's just, this is not the channel. You're going to have to maybe find someone else, okay? Where will I be in my career in 30 days? Will I feel more at peace? Okay. Let's talk to Mon'nique today. What does she need to know? Career, 30 days from now. Will she be more at peace? Also, don't be afraid to get rid of anything in your life that is not giving you peace. Environments are really important. environments, and I'm going to tell you something, as you excel in this journey too, you will become very sensitive to environments. So don't be afraid to discard what is not giving you peace at all costs. Okay. So, you know, and I'm not talking to you, Mon'nique. I'm just making it like a public service announcement here. If your peace is being intertwined with the fact that, oh, well, I make so much money doing it. Yeah, no, that's not going to fly on this journey. Okay. Oh, Mon'nique, you have a decision to make. Interesting. You're like sitting idle. Your intuitive, your intuitive higher self, your higher self has spoken. They have spoken, Mon'nique. Has your higher self been giving you like a little bit of a something? Like in your ear? There's a huge like this is my PSA announcement card. What has your higher self been telling you to do? You've already gotten the code and the message. What is this? What did they tell you to do? You heard it. They're telling me you already heard what you were supposed to do. Okay. You don't have to tell me too much. That's fine. As long as you acknowledge it. Like, okay, this is good. We're on the right track. Yeah. There's a decision. The thing is, it's not easy. Is this your first time? Would this be your first time asserting yourself? Like, you can say yes or no. You don't have to give me too much detail. But I feel like it's not the decision that's the problem. It's the asserting myself. I've never done that before. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably big. That's a pretty big deal. Yeah, that's probably a pretty big deal. Yeah, I get it. It's risky. It's risky. There could be a lot of the fear of the unknown. The interesting thing is, though, you've got a place here. There's another workplace that you're starting to know. You're ready. You're ready to join them. But this has to get done first. And I do see a killing all these birds with one stone type of thing. Like, we're also working on her assertiveness. But she's also ready frequency-wise. But we're going to make her do some work too, because however she applies herself with this, she'll apply herself to every other category in her life. Ooh, what is going on here? Okay. Does you leaving the job have something to do with the boss in particular? Is it the boss? Is it your employer, like as a person? Or I don't want to or is it that I don't want to disappoint the employer? Like, give me more. Oh my God. You may think this is just about a job, but you're going through ascension. That's why you're not, okay. One thing you need to know, and I'm talking again to everybody who's watching, but also Mon'nique. When you start like moving, okay, in your journey, you may not even be aware you're on an ascension path. Some people are not aware. I wouldn't say that, you know, what is it, like almost 20 years ago, I didn't know I was on an ascension path. I had no idea. But everything in my life started changing. So if you don't think your jobs are going to change, they are. Everything will be wiped out of your life. Everything will be wiped out of your life. And if you're like, well, why? To bring in the new. Yeah, this has something to do with ascension. And I would say with the Four of Wands, this is more aligned, a more aligned place. But your higher self has spoken already to you. So I can't really tell you what's going to happen in the next 30 days. That's not what Spirit wants to talk to you about today. I don't even know if it's about 30 days. This may not even be about the 30 days. This may be more about you taking the first leap of faith that you've ever taken based upon your intuition. You think it's easy? You think your intuition's always going to tell you to do something that is going to feel great? Do you know any people I had to cut off because I love them dearly? But I had to cut them off. I had to love them from far because I knew I was just not allowed to be around them anymore. You know, before I did this, I had a job that I loved. Spirit's like, no, you're going to do this now. You're going to go out there and you're going to help people. Yeah, it may be through tarot cards, but this is going to lead you to somewhere else in the future. But do you think I really wanted to leave my job? I didn't. I loved it. It was amazing. It was so high vibrational. It is what it is. Your higher self is there to keep you on track, whether, you remember or not. So this is more about you getting more confident in what you're feeling, you're being guided to do. Okay? I can't tell you what's going to happen in 30 days. What will happen in 30 days is going to be what happens when you are, looking into this, that will be dependent upon you. But what I will say is that if you do leave, this is not the end. This actually will just feel like the beginning. So you may look back and be like, I wish I would have left sooner. What was I so afraid of? Look, it all panned out. Do you understand, Mon'nique? It's about you. This is about you. And like I said, working with or getting better with or becoming more comfortable with the fact that you are now being guided by spirit, as opposed to, let's say, the logical mind. Now, we're not saying we can't use the logical mind, but with this, you got the higher selves involved, okay? That's what I have for you. Okay, they want me to draw one more card and that's it from this deck. Let's see what this deck says. Because they're like, you got to get a card for her from this deck. And just if you're wondering, guys, I never really pull my decks out ahead of time. I just allow spirit to because they're all lined up in front of me. I just allow them to tell me which one to pull a card from. Awaken your inner goddess and celebrate your sensual essence. Let your desires be a source of empowerment and self-discovery. You're getting to know yourself. You're getting to know yourself in a very different way. There's new things happening. This is just the beginning. There will be a lot more of this. Get prepared. Seriously, it's going to be a whole new way of being. We were never taught this, okay? Not one person, I mean, maybe there is somebody here. If you were taught like that, then consider yourself extremely blessed. But most of us were not conditioned to listen to our intuition, okay? This is a learning curve, okay? You're very welcome. I wish you all the best. Okay, I'm going to Paige. Oh, sorry, I read that late. What do I need to know? Whatever is pertinent. I've been in, okay, I don't know what that means. Blocking out noise. I have a stalker who does public smear. Oh, geez, really? Okay, I'm gonna go with the first thing. What do you need to know? Well, that's the question. It's the only thing I see with like a question mark. What do you need to know? What does Paige need to know? There is a really strong emphasis on the fact that you should just keep doing your thing. I actually don't see anything in regards to an ill-intended person, aside from the King of Cups. Because he can be very passive. He can be secretive. If anyone was to hold on to resentment, it would be him. But I don't feel like with this spread, you don't feel like touchable. Like, I feel like I'm untouchable. It's kind of interesting because this spread is like, doesn't really, it's not really even talking about anything else that you wrote in there. So maybe it's not important for you to know today. I mean, let's be real. People are always going to say what they want to say. That's why I always encourage people to do whatever they want, you know? If you're afraid to start a channel, if you're afraid to go out there and, I don't know, build a brand or build a company or, I don't know, whatever it is, you have to understand that there's going to always be someone who's going to say something. So there's no point. And because it's just not possible. Okay, it's just not possible. And I'm actually starting to realize that there's a lot more NPCs out here than I initially thought. So you've got that, right? So it's just kind of bound to happen. But let's just get some more. Think on your feet. You are never alone. So there's also an indication that a lot of people love you. And it says time to collaborate. Now hold on with that. Give me more on that. You know, that card was pulled earlier for someone else. And I did read it kind of, you know, positively. I feel like, I don't know if a lot of these issues have a lot to do with collaborating. I would be very careful with that. I don't know if that's kind of like a message that you need to be a little bit more with the think on your feet, careful about that. Because you're a winner by yourself, okay? Anyways, anybody who's watching, you're always going to be a winner by yourself. You don't need to be around another person or, you know, work with another person, okay? It's just, you know, it's not true. But I'm just wondering here if that would make sense to you. Like, do you not so much trust easy, but how in tune are you with the fox spirit? Like, can you see prey? Very easy. Can you see you're being preyed upon? I don't know. So there needs to be a bit of like discernment, I feel like. With that, with the collaborating. But the collaborating doesn't have to even intend that, you know, you're working together with anyone. It can even be, you know, connections, you know, give it time. Give it time. Be more detached about it. I think you're being encouraged as well in this reading to keep doing what you're doing. Don't allow any distractions, which there's always going to be distractions. We're on Earth. People tend to think if they're on a journey that it's just going to be bliss. No, it's not possible, okay? I mean, it can be reduced by how you choose to experience it because, you know, challenges will always be there, but you may not notice them as much because you're reacting to them differently. You're like, oh, a challenge? Yeah. Well, I don't know. Whereas before you would probably sit in a corner and bawl your eyes out, you know, back in the day. You're being encouraged to keep doing your thing. But also, there is a restrictedness. Like there needs to be more of a restrictedness, like eyes open, eyes peeled on maybe what's coming towards you. Okay, what's coming towards you, what's coming at you. I think I'm explaining myself properly with that. I don't think I need to go too much into detail. Let's get more, because even she uses her discernment. She has the black cat in front of her. She has discernment. She's feeling it. She's aware. She's in tune. There needs to be also an understanding that maybe if you have something or you've built something, that it would be a natural thing that people could want to attach. So also kind of have that in the background, but we're not going to be, you know, like moving like we're, you know, in fear or we're worried. We just, it's there. It's there. It's an understanding. We're not saying that we're not going to let anybody in, but there's an understanding of that. Okay. 2 cards from this deck for her on what she needs to know right now. Brand new, fresh beginnings, reinventing yourself, new ventures, watch me shine. Didn't I just say that? I don't know if any of this, what you wrote me, is causing you to feel like you kind of want to hide out or like disappear. Because I know it can make you feel something like that. You're not being encouraged to do that. You're being encouraged to move forward, to continue to shine. I said that here. But he's also starting something new. I don't know if you are, but hey, it's a little nod from spirit. This is a good venture. This is really good. This is going to be successful. Definitely don't back out of it. Okay. One more. Like, I don't know if I have anything more to say. Hidden emotions, concealing true self, afraid to show reality. No one sees the real me. I don't think that's about you. I think that that is about what I said before, okay? I don't know if you tend to jump in with people too much. Why is my screen dark? Jeez, so much damn malfunctions. Anyways, have discernment. You need to think a little bit more on your feet. Now, we're not really speaking to thinking on your feet. We're talking about intuition, okay? An inner, you know, vibe, you know, like just give it time. You got to give it more time with people, okay? See, nothing is really a bad thing. It's just, we're always learning. So if you're choosing to look at it like it's just bad, no, shift, okay? What are you showing me, Spirit? What do I need to take away from this? What do I need to learn? Okay, that's what I feel like I need to learn. Okay, I'll do better with that. And then, you know, like move with that. But don't for a second start hiding yourself. You're meant to be successful, okay? And no one can take away your shine. I don't care what they're doing. You know, a lot of times people don't even know that when people gossip about us, it actually says a lot more about them than us, because why would you waste your time? You know, just let the light show through. Let the light do the work, okay? But don't for a minute let this dampen, you know, what you're doing in life or put a stop to it, okay? I hope I'm still like, everyone can hear me. I get really nervous when the chat stops. Can everybody still hear me? it's hot in here. Okay, let's go. Aurora. I had a professor say that they would write a letter of recommendation for me if I applied to a fellowship. Should I apply? Well, do you want to apply? I'm just going to throw it to you. Do you want to apply? That could be the answer right there. But we'll ask. You probably want to know more. Okay, so let's just do that. Talk to us about this fellowship. Okay, so that's a very interesting energy card. Definitely speaks to moving in that direction. Can everybody hear me? Am I still good? Oh my goodness, it's so hot. I feel like I'm in Mexico, like it's like 40 degrees Celsius or something. I don't know what's going on. Whew. Sorry, I'm just fanning myself for a bit. I literally have the window open, and where I'm located, it's like minus 15. So I don't know. Anyways, this would be a yes, definitely. Look into it. You've got very positive cards here. Now, if you choose not to look into it, that's also you deciding with your free will. And you have an understanding as you choose not to do it, that it's not your only opportunity, that more will come. Okay. It looks like there may be a lot of helpful people that come out of this. And I don't know what I'm speaking about because, you know, I'm not going to know what you're talking about. All right. But I see a lot of people here. And I don't know if you do this. You may have a lot of people in there who could be taking a shining to you or taking a liking or want to, I don't know, like represent you or, you know, point you in the right direction or say, hey, there's an opportunity over there. Like this comes with people. A lot of people who are waiting on the other side of this. So I'm going to say yes. It's like a very bold yes. But let's also see what another deck has to say. Thank you to everyone who is liking the video. I really, really appreciate it. It helps people find me, just as you found me, okay? Give me more on this fellowship. Yeah. I'm not even gonna draw anymore. Your news, there's news being spread about you. And no, it's not bad. It's good news. I don't know. You know, again, I don't know about what this thing is, but it just seems like there's going to be word spread about you. Like we've got some really good connections coming in through it. So I would consider it. Definitely. People may find out about you in whatever capacity that means that will be beneficial for you in life. I can't really say anything more about this. It's just not that detailed. It's just literally like a yes, like you should go for it. And it's not just about the opportunity. It also involves some serious, like seriously represented or recognized people who will recognize you and maybe put you in the right, you know, line of, I don't know, the right path somehow, okay, to what you want to succeed in, okay? Okay, I'm going to go down the line. If anybody wants to book, I would suggest you do it now, okay? I'm going to Basma, and then I have Empress. Let's just get like a good shuffle on my cards. I've been seeing heart shapes everywhere lately. Always kind of surprised when I see it because I'm not asking for signs or to communicate with a dead relative or this type of thing. Okay. So I've been wondering what this could mean. Okay. That's a very cool question. I'm kind of curious myself. What is the heart shapes that Basma has been seen everywhere? What do they mean? Oh my God, love is on the way. But hold on, wait. Because it could mean multiple things. OMG. 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 Sorry, I know I'm annoying. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm going to take this one. Okay. I actually know where they're coming from. And it's not spirit. Well, it kind of is in a way, but it's your higher self. You set this up as a marker to let you know. It was almost like a nod to the progress you've been making. Have you been feeling more comfortable, like with yourself, and not so focused on love? Because it's almost like she was so detached about it, which we love, that we had to redirect her to it, just so that she knows, hey, it's not out of sight. It's not out of line, and it's not out of sight. It's very much in the line of, sight, but, don't give up. But it kind of is almost like a boomerang. I'm feeling like a boomerang effect. But this is something your higher self, okay, set up before you came down as a marker to let you know that you were on the right path. Now, just for the sake of the reading, I have to ask you about something else, okay? The thing is, it's very personal. Did you ever lose anything, like a child? Did you ever lose a child? I know that's so freaking personal, right? You don't have to answer it. Don't even worry about it. If you did, it could also be from them. Okay, so then it's not that. Just wanted to make sure, because this is also a child, okay? This is trying to just encourage you that you're on the right path to wishes fulfilled with respect to a connection that is on its way to you, but definitely after a cycle that's been completed. I really do feel like this is not just like for nothing. You have also been doing the work. Oh, you are? Okay, see, that's important. Okay, see, that's important. We don't have to figure it out today, okay? You can just, like acknowledge the fact that there's a child here, all right? Maybe it's also on its way to you. And don't get into the whole, like, I'm old and stuff. I don't even know if you're older, but, there's going to be a lot of things coming out in the future where, you're going to have, a lot of people are going to have second chances, okay? Just letting you know. Don't ask me also too much about that. Anyways, yeah, I think this is really just, and did you feel calm about it? Like, because I feel like you were calm about it too. You didn't overreact to it, like, oh my God, what does it mean? And start to get like, wild about it. I really do feel like you were ready to receive this information because you were not going to go crazy about it. Yeah, see? Let's get more on this. If anybody wants to get in right now, I would do it now, okay? Because after I read for Empress, I'm going to leave. More. Oh my God. You better believe this was a sign. This was definitely a sign. Okay? You're not imagining it. For that card to come out. So we've got a new person coming in. And what did I say? What is the most important part of the reading? I said it was about the change. Okay? There's been change. There's been growth. I also said cycles right here with the death card. So listen, it's on its way. You know, sleep well, breathe deeply, enjoy yourself. It's all coming to you. It's literally like that. Okay? It's just literally like that. And good for you. Good for you. And when I say good for you, I'm saying that because not everybody in the meantime would do what you're doing. Okay, they may choose to experience it a different way, but you've chosen to like grow. And that's always going to be beneficial to what's coming in your life, because you don't think that person on the receiving end wants a better you too. We always think it's like we want. What about the person that you're willing in? They want a better version of you too. And we always can better ourselves. Okay? There's no like final, like, this is not like, you know, you're ever done. You always have the potential for growth, no matter how, whatever anybody thinks that you're like there or you've reached a place. Okay? So this is beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, it's tough, but it's so rewarding. I actually think it's fun. But to be honest, I kind of like I've always been like very self-critical, like not in a bad way, but I've always been about like, I want to be better today than I was yesterday. I've always had that. So for me, it didn't really drive me as crazy because I'm a very deep thinker too. So you better damn well believe when something is being shown to me, I am like gonna sit with it, but calmly. And it's so nice now as opposed to maybe like 10 years ago or 15 years ago. It's like it comes to me so easy, you know, it just kind of, even before you ask the question, your guides are giving you the answers. It's like amazing, but it is something you have to work at. Okay. All right, let's go back here. Okay, Empress. Hi, Empress. How do you inspire people on social media since I started making content? Let's find out. How do you inspire people since making content? I have nobody after Empress. If you want to go, it's like literally last call because I'm going to get off. Be open to what I have here, okay? Be open to what I have here. Okay. Now I know why I was being guided to say that. Can I be truthful with you? I feel like when people view you, I think they're still trying to figure out who you are. There's definitely a sorting out. I don't know yet that they've been able to make sense yet of like who you are as a person. Why do I feel like these people are trying to figure out who you are? I don't know if there's confusion. And this could also be that you're very new at it. So maybe the content is not always, or it's not yet there where it makes, like you're not there yet where you want it to be. So it's coming across as a little confused. Now, what does that mean? If you look at my videos from 5 years ago, oh my goodness, I don't even know what the hell I was trying to say. Like I was hardly able to communicate what I was picking up. I was using a lot of filler words. It was very like surface. I've gotten deeper, okay? Like in my readings, things have unfolded, I would say. And that's kind of that's what's being shown to me. I don't know what you're talking about on this thing, but if you are talking all about your experiences, at all about any of your experiences that you would say you went through that were hard, they are connecting. But I feel like if I'm them and I'm looking at you, I don't know who you are yet. I can't make sense. I'm kind of confused. I don't know exactly what to make of you. And just an FYI, that's very normal. Some people could still look at me like that today. You know, like I don't really get her. Like, you know, I just don't get her at all. But that's okay. Nobody's here to get you or to make sense of you. Because this is more directed towards the person, but you're inquiring about something else. And I feel like it's the message. So as long as the message is felt or understood loud and clear, that's okay. But there's something about you. And I don't know if you tend to be more reserved or there's this like shyness or something. I don't know what this is because we have a Queen of Cups here. You know, she can definitely be a mystery. Now, I'm also not saying start revealing a bunch of shit about yourself. No, you take your time with that, okay? I meant to say stuff. Sorry, I swore. In time, this will become more comfortable. Listen, they want to tell you other stuff, okay? It is what it is. You can ask your questions, but Spirit's going to take the opportunity while they have your attention to bring forth what you need to be aware of. This is a journey, okay? This is a journey with the Three of Wands. This will move in the direction that you desire. But if you are purposely being reserved and you're kind of in a way hiding, or you're trying to, I don't know how to explain it. Like if you're showing yourself on the content in a very different way than you would be if I knew you in person, this could become conflicting. Because one thing I'll tell you about viewers, okay? Viewers are not stupid. They can sense you right through the screen. And if they feel for 1 second that you're holding back or there's just something, like even if they sense your uncomfortability, like it could also in a way make them feel uncomfortable and they can click off. They may not just not be ready for you yet, but I don't think this is that you're triggering them. I feel like they want to see more, but I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is a shyness, a reservedness, or if it's just because you've just begun, but this will grow into something beautiful, just letting you know. But if you are talking about, you know, what has caused you, you know, like this Three of Swords can be anything from what you've went through, sharing wisdom, you know, all these kind of things about, you know, what you've kind of maybe dealt with or suffered with, then yes, they are connecting to the message, but they want to connect more to you. They want to know you, who you are. And that's a thing when you're a content creator. It's going to be what it is. People always want to know more about the person. It comes with the territory, I guess. Give me more. Okay, so breaking cycles, that's interesting. Your content is allowing them to understand breaking cycles. And I'm thinking this is trauma or maybe something, awareness around something to do with this. And you are attracting, I feel like, the right crowd. But I also feel like they understand that with this content, you're breaking cycles. And I don't even know if I'm able to put that into words, but I know exactly what that's about. More. hustle mode, grinding hard, ambitious drive, determined effort, sleep can wait. So you are inspiring them to start something of their own, and you may not even be talking about that. People will get that impression and feel that way naturally when they watch people becoming content creators. They'll kind of say, oh, maybe I should talk about my story. Maybe I should do that. So you are inspiring them to start their own thing, which is beautiful. One more. Okay. We've got clickbait, misleading headlines, empty promises, exaggerated truth, not what it seems. So this is what I felt like. I feel like they're not entirely sure. Sometimes, you know, maybe this points to a certain amount of viewers. They could be very confused as to kind of like what you're doing, what's the target with the content, like what's your goal? Or they could feel like, you know, I don't think it's about the clickbait. I think this is more about the confusion around maybe you, or maybe it's the stories itself, maybe the stories that you're telling. See, I'm not going to really be able to piece this together until or unless I know what you're doing, but I don't need to know what you're doing. I'm just saying this is kind of what is coming through, but maybe your stories are shocking. And maybe they are also causing people to wake up somehow by hearing them. And that would be an inspiration. I mean, really? Who wants to hear the same old, same old? If you can see something and you're like, oh my goodness, I didn't know this was happening, or, oh, I didn't know about that, it can cause a ripple effect in that person's life who's seeing it. So you're definitely inspiring people, Empress. I would keep going with what you're doing. I just think if you're comfortable, in time, maybe allow for a little bit more. And I'm not talking about your private details. I'm talking about you, your personality. Come out of it a little bit more. Like, come out with it. I don't know how to explain it. Okay. All right. Let me go back to the drawing board here and see if there's any more. If there isn't, I'm going to go. Okay, perfect. So thanks to everybody who came out. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I wish you all the best. Take care.